Hello and welcome to my channel, Crafting with me and Deannie Jones, and today I have some beautiful floral creations just for you. But first, welcome to Flowerpalooza. This is a playlist that I am hosting together with many of my friends. And the only rules, well, that you mention me and you create anything and everything that you love with flowers. So I hope you get some inspiration from our Flowerpalooza playlist. Now, on to my first project. Now I've removed all of my crafting supplies so that we can have some kitty cuddles. But continuing with our crafting, I have these wonderful headbands that I found on Amazon. I will provide a link down below. These are just wonderful and perfect for my next project, but I want to create some more with these headbands because they are so in style. Remember when these headbands were in style in the 80s? Well, they're back. So I would like to do some embellishments at a future time, but now I want to use this placemat that I got at a charity shop. It was 2 for $1, and I want to recreate or create a spring flowered fascinator. And I know that here we don't wear hats anymore for Easter or any other occasion, unless of course it's the Kentucky Derby. So if you're a Kentucky Derby fan, maybe it's time for you to start creating your own fascinator or hat for the Derby celebrations. Again, you can find these same placemats at places like Hobby Lobby and Michael's, I believe, but these are very easy to use and manipulate because number one, you can set them with a little bit of water and heat. So I spray them down just a little bit and I use a heat gun to shape. Then I'm using some wire, and obviously I'm using some white wire so that you won't be able to see it. But look at how easy I've already been able to shape this placemat from round to this beautiful fascinator style. Now again, I think that's just one of my little dreams, is to be a milliner, and who knows. Now I found this beautiful flower. These were on sale 50% off at Michael's, and originally I was going to use different little flowers, but when I saw this statement flower, sometimes it's best to just have what I call a statement flower, and that makes just a big impression. Now what I did with the stem of the flower is I folded it over, and that's what I'm going to use to not only anchor it to the fascinator top, but also that'll help me anchor it to the headband itself. On Amazon, I found this moss covered wire. Yes, people, I'm in heaven making hats, and I have wired moss. What else can I ask for in a beautiful big flower? But here I am. I wanted to just make some little loop-de-loops. One thing I will tell you, because you're gonna wear this on your head, I would spray with hairspray the moss so it doesn't fall all over the place. As you can see, there's moss that is being released all over the place, but that's just because I'm manipulating it right now as it stands. Now, this headband is absolutely perfect for making these fascinators because it has a little loop on the top of it, as you can see there, and that is what I'm using to anchor that flower and the fascinator to the headband. And now, of course, I'm going to glue it down just to shape it even more, and you can tell it's already having a beautiful shape. And I'm not too worried that the headband is green because it's that light green that also matches the leaves. Now, of course, you not only have to be impressive when you're arriving with a fascinator, but also when you're departing with a fascinator. So I tried to cover the back with some ribbons and leaves, and these wired ribbons with like moss colored lace on top is just perfect to add some finishing touches. I don't know why I wanted to add a ribbon, but I just wanted the most colorful part to be that beautiful statement flower. And just a few more adjustments and she is ready to go for any tea party or for the races. Did you know you can create your own florals as well? If you're new to my channel, well, please visit this video where I have a whole tutorial of creating your own blooms and blossoms from scraps of fabric. Here's just one quick little example where I'm just taking this beautiful satin fabric, creating circles of varying sizes. I have at least 12 of these little circles, and then cutting an inch into it at the quarter marks. And all I'm doing here is searing the edges to stop the fraying of the fabric. But that also helps to create this beautiful rippled effect, which makes the flower come to life. As I put them together, you can actually see how this floral is really just becoming such a beautiful blossom. Now, if you are enjoying this video and would like to find out more, please check out the rest of my channel, and please like, share, and subscribe so you can come back for more wonderful creative ideas to inspire you. If you would like, you can create this flower in any color you like. And how wonderful would it be if you did sew your own dress, then to create this beautiful flower either as a fascinator or as a pin or in any kind of embellishment. You can even have something like this on your purse to match your dress. How wonderful. It just takes a little time and a little ingenuity, and you can make anything beautiful. Here's a great idea for a really captivating centerpiece. I know there's a lot of events that are going on now in the spring. We have bridal showers and baby showers and graduations and Mother's Day and just fun little tea parties with your friends. So here is a great way to use your tier tray. Now, if you have a metal tier tray or a heavyweight tier tray, something that won't be falling over because of the weight of a teapot, this is a perfect way to use it. And I would also suggest, please don't use a ceramic teapot, because if it falls over, I don't want to take any responsibility. I really don't. So I'm using this teapot that was actually given to me by one of my viewers, Tonya. Thank you so much. She offered this teapot for me while I was decorating for the Deering estate for the Queen of Hearts tea room. So here I am just wiring up the handle of the teapot and tying it to the handle of this tiered tray. It really worked out well because the tiered tray, again, was a metal tier tray, so it was a little heavier and the bottom of it was very secure, so I knew it wasn't going to tip over. Although it does look like the teapot is tipping over. Not only did I secure the top of the handle, I also secured the middle of the handle, as you can see there, with just a little bit of wire. Again, my lovely cat Guru is here to make sure everything is fine, and I am using that wired moss once again just to wrap it around, and I'm going to panic in just a few moments. Oh my Lord, she almost knocked over the camera. And there you go. So I am using this wonderful wired moss just to create like a vine to wrap around the teapot, and that also helps to hide that wiring at the top of the tiered tray. Now adding these beautiful florals from the Dollar Tree, and my suggestion to you, if you've never used Dollar Tree florals before, take advantage of them. They do have wonderful florals for $1.25. There are also florals for 98 cents, I believe, at Walmart, and you can use expensive florals. The mix-up of florals from inexpensive to expensive really makes it a beautiful display. Here I'm adding a little vine of little light purple flowers that were on clearance from Hobby Lobby. So these were already at, I believe, 75% off when I bought them. And look at how great they look. Because they're wired, I can control how they hang and dangle from the spout of that teapot. Now I'm adding some styrofoam to the top of my tier tray because that's where the floral centerpiece is going to be. And yes, I dance around while I am, doing my crafts. I also sing. It's so funny when I get frustrated for whatever reason, I sing the little goat herd from Sound of Music. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, the yodeling song. Don't ask me why. It's just one of those songs you just start singing when you're getting frustrated because you're just going to sing through whatever it is you're doing. But with this one, I really wasn't getting frustrated. I was just having so much fun. So once I added a little moss to the top of the styrofoam, now I'm adding all my lovely florals. I have Temu florals. I have Hobby Lobby clearance florals, Dollar Tree florals. Florals from wherever I have in my stash. I didn't go out of my way to buy any new florals, but again, you can customize this to whatever colors you have. And again, so many parties are going on right now, even for graduation breakfasts and birthdays. I think this is beautiful for a Mother's Day brunch. Wouldn't that be lovely? So I am preparing this for a friend of mine who's having a birthday party for her 80-year-old mom. So I hope that she enjoys this beautiful centerpiece on one of her tables this coming weekend. A couple of years ago, my brother and I made some floating teacups for Mother's Day. I will include a link to that video. It's a lot of fun, but I'd like to show you how to create a floating teacup. First thing, of course, you need a teacup, a fork, and a saucer. Now what I'm going to do here is first I have to secure the fork, which I have bent into an appropriate shape, to the saucer. And the way I'm doing that is I'm going to add some hot glue, and I would also suggest adding some E6000, and I would glue the what I like to call the forky part. I don't know what you call that part, if there's a name for it. The part with the prongs, I guess. I just scientifically call it the forky part. So once you have glued the forky part to the saucer, you're going to add some stones or pebbles, anything to weigh it down so that it can counterbalance the weight of the teacup once you add it to the fork, to the handle side of the fork. So as you can see here, I am using some E6000 to glue the metal of the fork to the porcelain or ceramic teacup. Once I have both of the glues onto the fork, I am going to clamp it down and wait and hope that it stays where it's supposed to be. Now I noticed that it was still a little wobbly, so of course I'm going to add some more rocks, and there you can see that it's even though it wobbles, it doesn't fall down. Remember Weeble wobbles? That's the thing. Now to add the moss, instead of adding the moss directly to the fork, I came up with this idea. I just created like a 4 to 5 inch long glue river, and I added the moss to a glue strip that I have placed on some parchment paper. And there is Guru just checking out and making sure I am not using catnip, but it is in fact moss. Once the inspection is completed, then I can rip the moss strip off of the parchment paper, and it is ready to be glued to the fork. I find this is a lot less messy, and it's just easier to manage, and you glue your fingers less this way. The other way, you have more of a chance of hurting yourself. So this is a much easier way, and I think this is a way that a technique I'm going to use for future products and projects, because that way I don't hurt myself. And as you can see, the moss mess is minimal. A minimal moss mess. There you go. So as you can see, I glued it first to the back of the fork, and now I'm gluing it to the front of the fork, hiding the apparatus. Now you can use a heavy gauge wire as well, but I find a fork is well balanced, and it works perfectly to create these floating teacups. Now all I'm going to do is add beautiful little blossoms to the floating teacup, and here I am just adding these beautiful paper flowers that were actually found on Amazon. And of course I added a little bit of baby's breath, and I think these are wonderful centerpieces. And not only that, these will be takeaway gifts for this wonderful 80-year-old birthday party. Here's a last minute quickie, as I like to call them. I found this tray in the garbage. I cleaned it up, and I had this IOD transfer left over from another project. And all I'm going to do is add that transfer to that tray and turn it from being blah and black to be fabulous. So I love this rose design and I thought it was so pretty. And I love the contrast with the rose color and the greens, the dark greens with the black. Now, I don't know if the black finish or the black paint affects the actual color of the transfer, but I do feel it does enrich it. Afterwards, I am going to seal this either with a clear gloss sealer or with an antique wax, because I think antiquing it will, enrich the color even more. And there you have it. I think this is such a lovely addition to any home decor. And again, this could be dark academia or cottagecore. I think it looks great. So this is what I like to call an indie quickie, because it's less than 5 minutes, I think. It only took me 5 minutes to make this craft. This is one of those other headbands. I love the color of it. And I saw that I noticed from my flower wall that I had other flowers that matched this color so perfectly. I decided to make a headband. Now I love wearing headbands and I usually wear them. And of course, once I created this, and there's little Luna saying hello, I took some pictures of me wearing the headband, and then I proceeded to the supermarket, forgetting I had the headband on. Did it matter? Did it make a difference? Yes, it did. I'll tell you what happened. While I was walking through the aisles, I noticed that a lot of people were smiling at me and nodding and looking at me, admiring me. And I thought, well, look at me. I must look fabulous. Until I caught a glimpse of myself in a reflection somewhere, and I realized I still had the headband on. I laughed and just kept it on and said to myself, life is too short not to wear flowers in your hair. So take advantage and wear some flowers for any occasion. I hope you were inspired to create your own Flowerpalooza for yourself. After all, you have a full playlist of floral inspirations. Please check out the link below and visit all of my wonderful friends who joined me here today. And if this is your first time here, please, I welcome you into this wonderful YouTube family and ask you to please subscribe for more fun. And speaking of more fun, get ready for a shabby chic spring collaboration with these wonderful crafters. As I always say, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!